By now you're familiar with academic writing, writing papers for English and other classes. While similar, journalistic writing is a bit different, so we're going to run through some of those differences. First, there's the length. Now, academic papers are typically measured by the number of pages. Journalistic assignments, at least in this class, are done by word count. That's because there's a printed newspaper, and in it, there's a limited amount of space to print that story. Now, according to a 2006 report from the Pew Project for Excellence in Journalism, the average article length at the New York Times is about 1,200 words. Now, that's about 5 double-spaced pages. It makes that 10-page paper in your other class seem a bit more difficult than journalism. Now, paragraph length is another key difference. Academic writing has longer paragraphs with multiple ideas presented in a single paragraph. Paragraphs are way shorter in journalistic writing, typically only 1 to 4 sentences. And sometimes a paragraph can be just one word. The words themselves are also longer in academic writing. An academic paper might say the protagonist suffered from a melancholy distemper. A news story would say the main character was sad. Now, academic writing also relies heavily on secondary sources, books and journal articles about a specific topic. Now, these sources are typically cited in the text using parentheses or footnotes, with a full bibliography at the end of the paper. Now, journalists use more primary sources, personal interviews with those directly affected by a news event, and cite their sources in the text using the source's credentials, such as, "I'm just glad no one was hurt," Joe Swanson, Quahog Police Department officer, said. Journalists also use secondary sources like government documents, police reports, or even other newspaper articles to supplement their personal interviews. And academic papers typically follow APA or MLA style. Journalism follows the AP style, that of the Associated Press. Now, we'll get more into what that means in our next lecture. There are even more differences between academic and journalistic writing. First, the audience for your research paper is typically just your instructor or others in your research field. Journalists write more for the general public. An academic paper is meant to prove to your instructor that you can apply course concepts. The purpose of a journalistic assignment, however, is to inform and to entertain your readers. The focus of an academic paper is usually on ideas and relationships. A news or feature story, meanwhile, centers more on people, places, and events to help tell a story. And finally, academic writing presents information with a thorough explanation of evidence to help prove your thesis. Journalistic writing presents information through vivid description to help invoke feelings and mental images.